Hello and welcome. It's Bulldog Gaming here, and I fucked up on the audio of this clip. So as you can tell, this is what we're going to build today. Every time I eat a man, it does the animations. The animations are going to be made in this video on Unreal Engine 5. I'm going to import a video as well, which is a quick time lapse of me building a skeleton for this dinosaur that we built. Yep, ignore that screen. That screen doesn't work. And now we're into the project that everyone's following on this series. So yeah, as you can tell, this is the project that everyone's been following on, because the third person character is still the mannequin. But what we're going to do, we're going to change that to the dinosaur and add animations in. So first things first, we're going to pull in the FBX file for the dinosaur. I will leave that FBX file in the description for downloading. Yeah, hopefully I'll remember. If not, just leave us a message and I'll send it to you personally. So as you can tell, we have our skeletal mesh, our skeleton, and our physical mesh. At the moment it's a basic texture, but we will be getting to that later on in the video. And yes, I haven't renamed the bones. So it's a nice little model. I think it fits in great with the game. So we're going to open up the third person character. We're going to go to viewport, mesh, and then change skeletal mesh and type in dino. Yes, that's a little big, so we're going to scale it down. That should be fine. Now as you can tell, the mesh is now in the game, but we do not have any animations. So we can still collect the AI when we right click on them, or left click on them, should I say. Now what we need is an animation blueprint. We do not have an animation blueprint, so we have to create one. And we're going to grab these 3 files. And put them in the new AI character folder. Yes, this is a voiceover if you are thinking it. I messed up the audio. So you want to go to Animations, Blend Space 1D, and click on the Dino skeleton. And then we want to right click. We want to change this to Dino, Blend Space 1D. Then we want to right click, Animations, Animation Blueprint, Dino skeleton again, and we want to change it to Dino Animation Blueprint. So now you want to open up the Dino skeleton, and we can go up and create an asset, create animation, and use the reference pose. And click OK. Name it idle and click OK. Now I want to add a few more frames to this, so I'm going to right click, insert frame, and I'm going to do it right up to 10 frames. Now at 0 you always want it to be the current pose, so the base pose of what the meshes. So what we do, we press S to save. So we click on a bone and we press S to save. So what I'm doing now is just finding the head bone, as I didn't name them because I'm an idiot. No, that's the foot bone. No, that's the tailbone. Ah, found it. So what we want to do is turn it to the left 40 degrees and scale it up to 2 frames, 2.5 frames, and press S to save. Okay, and then we 2.5 frames, do it 40 degrees to the left and press save. For some reason, come on past Adam, you can do this. Okay, and then we want to go back 40 and then add 40 to the right between 7.5 frames and press save. Now what's that going to do? That's going to move the head side to side. What we want to do is now get the reference back, so the end and the start should be exactly the same pose. So bring it back to the 40, bring it back 40 degrees towards the left, press save, go all the way to the front and press save, back 40 degrees and press save. So now as you can tell, it's just idling. We can also add different bones. So now I'm looking for the tailbone, so I can move the tail side to side. If I click this little button at the top, you will see it will change the axis, the axles, or what the bloody hell they're called. So now I can turn it on that axis. Yeah. So again, I'm going to bring it to 2.5 frames and go left 30 degrees, and then I'm going to bring it to 7.5 frames, bring it back 30 degrees, and then right 30 degrees. Press save, and then back towards the left 30 degrees, save at the end, and then all the way to the beginning. As you can tell, the tail now wiggles. And that's how you make a quick animation in Unreal. By using a rate scale, we can slow the animation down. So as you can tell, it's now going a lot slower. We put it at 0.05. You can change these values. It's just whatever suits your game. So now you can tell we have an eat, idle and walk animation. I've made these off camera. As I showed the first animation, they're pretty simple to make. If you get stuck, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section and I will help as much as I can. So now I'm just renaming them the Dino _ idle, Dino _ eat and Dino _ run. Now open up the Dino blend space, and all we have to do here is add Dino run at the start and Dino run at the end, because the speed's going to determine how fast the animation is being played. So we can save that and close that. We do not need that no more. And as you can tell, the dinosaur is running. These are very, very, very simple animations, and they will be getting redone before they're released on Steam. It's just, this is the basic tutorials, and then we're going to go back over this game within a minute with medium style tutorials, and then obviously finished game tutorials. Okay. So now we need to go in the Dino animation blueprint. We create a new state machine, rename it Loco. It's pretty simple. Then a default slot, so we can add montages. We'll show you them later on in the video. And then we need to create a pose for this. This is what I'm doing right now. So if you pull off that pin and type pose, it will create a pose to the locomotive. But it's just easier for me to copy and paste. So that's why I did that. Okay, compile, save. Now the state machine hasn't got no states, so we need to pull off the event. Are we going to do that? Yeah. So we're going to pull off the event and create a new state. And we're going to call that idle. And then we're going to pull off that again and create another state and call that walk 1. Okay, we now need to pull from this white box back over to the idle, so we can create the back and forth between the idle and the walk. So in the idle, we want to pull the idle animation and connect it to the pin. Compile, save, go back to the loco, click on the walk 1, pull in the blend space 1D and connect that. Now what we want to do is right click on the green pin, as you shall see, and we're going to promote that to a variable and name that speed. This is going to be our speed factor, determined on how fast the animation is being played. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create a variable, and the variable is going to be called should move ? So we're going to click on this little white circle here. If you follow the mouse, you'll see what I mean. Double click on it and it opens up this event. We now want to click the should move into this box, compile, save, go back to the loco, click on the bottom white circle, pull in should move, get a not boolean and drag that in there. So it's literally just saying on the way to walk we can walk, on the way back from walk we can't, back to idle we can't move. So now we need to do the output pose. What we're going to do, we're going to call the loco state machine. So if we type in loco, we get a catch posed. We want to pull that and then pull off that and put it into a blend bone by channel, which is going to blend bones between the top half and the bottom half of the mesh. Okay. So we need to now copy and paste the loco, pull off this, get another default slot, and then pin that into B. Click on the blend per bone and it'll open up the details on the right hand side. We want to click the plus button under blend bone definition. We'll click on that, and under the little arrow we get a target bone, and we want to pick bone 013 for this particular mesh. This will be if it is a person mesh, and then connect that up to the outpost. So if it is a character, you would do it from the hips maybe, but that is now set up. We're now going to do the event graft. And as you can see, he's now idling. So you want to call an event, initialize animation, and we want to cast to our third person character. Okay, and then the object is owning actor. Okay, so we're going to get that owning actor. We're going to right click where it says third person character and promote that to a variable, so we get a reference for that down here. That's it. We now want to pull off this and get a reference to the character movement component. Okay, as you will see in the video now, and there it is. We now want to promote that to a variable and set it. And that's it, done for this bit of code. These are just our casts for our variables. Now off the event blueprint update animation, we want to get a sequence, I believe. I remember correctly off the top of my head, because I fucked up the video and didn't record my audio, so now I'm doing an over. Don't worry, I won't make a habit of it. Right, so the first thing we want to do is get the character movement. Okay, there we go. I told you. And off here we want to get the velocity. Nope, you spelled it wrong. There we go, get philosophy. Want to promote that to a variable and set that into the first pin of the sequence. And then out of the set node of the velocity, we want to get a forward vector, I think. No, a vector length, sorry, XY. That's it. Out of there, and then we want to set our speed variable, and I think I'll show you where we set that before, just in case you've got a little bit confused. On the loco walk one, our speed variable there, we set it. Well, we created the variable there, that's what we're putting now. So out of the sequence number, out of the sequence pin 2, we now want to grab the character movement yet again when past Adam figures it out. There we go. Not set, we want to pull it. I can't remember. Oh yeah, get current acceleration. That's what we want, that's what we want. Yeah, and get a not equal sign. That's it. And keep everything as 0. Okay. I believe now we want to get the R velocity, I think. Oh no, we want to get our speed. Okay. You want to see if it's greater than 3, because anything smaller than 3 is going to slowly walk. Anything greater than 3, we're going to start making the mesh walk faster. So we've created an AND boolean there because we want to make sure that both of them checks are near enough exactly the same. If they are, then we're going to set the should move function. Okay, and there we go. And that's that done. You can compile and save it. There we go. I'm just making it look a little bit pretty. Oh, well done. Now you figured that out. We now need to add it under the animations. So the animation class, we need to type in Dino, and you'll see the animation blueprint. And you'll see it starts idling. This is exactly what we want. I'm going to save this and press play. Now you can see we can walk around, hold shift and he runs. Dee 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 dee. Okay, and you can still, it still works. You can eat the men and you get the score at the top. Now we've got to do, he still dies. The ragdolls needs a bit of improvement, but he still dies and he still ragdolls. So now if we go to the third person character and go to the event graph, and where we've got input action pickup AI, the reason why it's called pickup, because we was originally it wasn't gonna be a dinosaur, it was gonna be a man that we pick up little chickens and stick them in our backpacks. But I've changed that, but I just haven't changed the input action name. So that's the reason why it's called pickup AI. And in a previous episode, we created this mesh play animation, which we're going to utilize now. But first thing we need to do is right click on Dino E, create animation, go back to the third person character. So note that was create animation montage. And now from the mesh, we want to call the function play animation, connect the completed and the execution pin. No, we do not. We want to delete, you'll see in a minute, we're going to delete the is holding and the branch. We do not need that. I will do it in a moment, because I figured out it still don't work because of the bug. But stupid of me, I didn't program the montage to play. I'll move that down for a little bit more space. We're going to compile. I believe I'm just checking it with the other blueprint. So hard doing voiceovers. We're going to press play, and obviously you've spotted the error. I've just spotted the error, and it doesn't work because we didn't set them on charge, and 2, we don't need that branch there. And as you can tell, it's now nommying them up. But on that bombshell, thank you for watching. I'm very sorry about the audio. This is Bulldog Gaming, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you have any issues, and I'll try and help as much as I can. Bye.